Welcome to the tomb of El-lumination, where we talk about a lot of things. Physics of the flat earth system, religion, esoteric knowledge, cultural beliefs, legends, myths, everything here to do with our realm. And just recently I bought a couple of snapper heads and boiled them. I know a lady used to like snapper heads, make soup out of it, so I made some soup. And it's all very well if you sieve all the remnants out of it before you drink it, because it's just full of bones and all sorts of stuff. Even the scales, pretty hard to scale a head. Anyway, the soup itself was quite nice. I didn't sieve it all out, I just sucked my way through it. It was a bit of a struggle, but if you're ever going to do it, just boil it down, throw a couple of onions in there, add a lot of herbs and spices if you want, not so much spices, herbs, and it's quite nice. Plenty of salt. Never use white salt on anything. Himalayan salt, and it was really good. Not sure if I'd do it again though. And after boiling it all down, I found these round things, and obviously, well, not obviously, but they turned out to be the eyeballs. It's just a creamy yellow spherical thing. So I peeled away at the outer layer and got down to this crystal sphere. And then it got me thinking about, the crystalline structure of things, and started relating it back to the human. It's basically the lens. So in a fish it's spherical. In a man it's more oval, hemispherical, more like it. And in the human eye it actually expands and contracts apparently. So it's not a solid crystal structure like the center of the fish eye. It just moves. It doesn't expand or contract. I could have that wrong, but I think it said that. So anyway, there's the picture of your eyeball. So then I start relating it to our earthly structure, because some of you might know the Egyptians describe our realm as being in the eye of Ra, and basically we are. So is this bright enough? I hope you can see that. So there's the lens, the crystalline structure, and above it is the pupil, the black hole. Then you have the iris around it. Then we have this cornea protecting the interior chamber, aqueous humor, posterior chamber, oh yeah, whatever. This is how you have to look at Earth. Now, understanding what the lens is, okay? And that brings us back to the refraction of light. And so what I'm doing here is I'm describing our realm. I'm going to describe what it is and how, how it may be metaphysically, obviously. Is like Earth is from the whole. The ancient Egyptians told us that. So it's from the place of rest, and black hole meaning nothing. So, but then we have the crystalline lens at the core, and now it's at the center. It's at the heart of the matter. It's the mystery, Christ, crystalline, Christ, Christopher, what else? There's other words that were connected to it. But the crystal structure, and this is why, like in our flat earth design, I haven't got it here, but you've got the S-curve in here, right? The Superman S-curve, and they have him going to the North Pole, and they show the big crystalline structure, and the Wizard of Oz, the Crystal Palace and all that, because they know, the people around our world know all this stuff. Right at the centre comes back to this crystal structure, and this is why the Queen has that sovereign orb. It's like it's an imitation of the crystal structure of the centre of creation. And so the way you see Earth, you have to understand. So Earth itself is from the hole, but the lenses maybe are the Arctic centres. Arctic centre. You got the northern centre, Arctic, which is basically the lens structure that creates the light, all the images from up there, because the actual plasma sun is up there too in the centre Arctic. So that is the refractor of all the light and everything in our realm. That's what's come into being. It's from that refraction, from the light of the Arctic, the ice, the white ice, and the high pressure, atmospheric pressure. So you've got it in the centre Arctic here, and you've got it all the way around the south. All the way around the south. So you've got to imagine this one event in the middle here, which is the core of everything, has a multitude, infinite mirrored images all the way around, basically. A bit more than mirrored, but they are. Everything comes out of the centre, goes to the south, comes back up in and out. It's a toroidal field. So you've got the ice all the way around the southern perimeter, acting as the lens all the way around that perimeter, which is all comes back over, and the centre comes out. So this is how you have to see our realm. It's like mirrored. So in the core we can't see it. It's the Christ. It's the hidden. You could say it's God, the mystery, the magical. You also use the word mist. But it's all hidden there like mirrors. Like you're going into a crystal structure. It's all mirrored. And you can't see what's there. We can't get to the core of it. This is why we can't get to the dead centre of the Arctic Circle. Despite all these drongos on my site from Clan of Dan trying to say you can, and you can't find the spot out in the south that's actually south, because you'll get they draw the big picture of the Antarctic, whatever, but you've got the circle of the Antarctic Circle. We can probably go, we obviously get to there. You can create a circle, but you can't actually get right into the centre. And that centre is representing this core. You can never get there. And what is it saying? Is it Enoch? If you find the end of the world and go there, you will surely die. Because there's the pressure on the human body, we can't actually get in there. Just like we can't get up. So that's how you have to see our realm. It's like an eye. So you got the iris is the black hole where it's come from, which is 0 point. This 0 point of rest is, you have to imagine the two forces of nature, which are like the South Pole and the North Pole, coming together. They come together, and right bang there is a place of rest, right in the centre core. They come together and they spin around that core. It's like a neutral zone. They avoid that core, the avoidance zone, right in the core. And anyway, that's basically that. I've lost what I was getting at. So dead centre is a resting state, and it's all the action around the horizon, and in that place all that action right at the centre core are the poles. All the way around the south and the dead centre of the north. And all life springs from there. And it's all to do with the Arctic centres. The lens that shows our realm. We're all creatures of light in that refraction of light, refracting light. And you look at the human lens, and it's shaped like the stone. There's a stone in the Bosnian pyramids. It's a crystalline structure. They talk about it. It's in a video. It's a similar shape. But it can also be regarded as a third brain. So, you know, each pupil represents a side of your hemisphere, but you've got your third eye, which is your third brain. It's also connected to the pituitary gland. I think the pituitary gland looks more like the lens or that crystalline stone. So, once again, just look at your eyeball, and there's Earth basically. It's we live on the iris, you could say, the iris. But nothing solid above our Earth. Okay, there's nothing solid, and I've just found a passage in the Way of Hermes. I'll do a video on that soon. But there's nothing physical up there. It's all to do with pressure. Different layers of pressure, and it's all to do with water, because water, no matter what state it's in, at the end of the day, what gaseous state it's in, at the end of the day, it's all come from water. So I hope I explained that well. I had it figured out a lot better than in my mind than when I start filming it. Just goes out my head. So yeah, so it's understanding the Arctics, the magic of the Arctics. This is probably why we're restricted to go there. We're not allowed to figure these things out, you see. Only royalty allowed to know that stuff. We've got to stay, we're the dumb peasants, okay? Yeah, just remember, we're the slaves, okay? In the Bible it mentions slaves. We are the slaves to those billionaires and freaks, genocidal maniacs out there running our realm. Okay, let's not get too much into conspiracies, or what they call conspiracies. Anyway, it didn't come out the way I thought it would, but anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers.